A young TTC employee was killed and 2 others were injured during what appeared to be a routine job in a subway tunnel this morning. They had been underground clearing asbestos from the tunnel. It was just before 5 in the morning, near the end of their shift. 8 other TTC workers walked out of the tunnel. With more on the tragedy, here's CTV's Mariana Bashinsky.
They were almost home, just moments away from the Davisville train yard. Their shift was over, and then something went wrong.
Investigators are still underground trying to piece together what happened this morning, but here's what we do know. The 11 TTC workers were traveling in 2 maintenance cars going south on their way back to the Davisville station train yard. Now, the car they were pushing in front of them was a flat car containing heavy metal scaffolding they were using for their asbestos cleanup work. Something happened on their travels that snagged some of that scaffolding, making it crash back into these cars and killing the driver.
Obviously, this should not have happened. All the affected cars are quite extensively damaged.
Those cars were TTC maintenance vehicles that looked like this one, and that damage led to death for 1 worker. 2 more were rushed to Sunnybrook with serious injuries. All of them were part of a crew of 11 doing routine asbestos removal in the subway tunnel. What was left was a mess.
It's pretty remarkable. I mean, whenever you see a wreck in a tunnel, it's pretty astounding and devastating, and I think, you know, for the people who were down there, it would have been an incredibly scary experience.
Mariana Bashinsky, CTV News.
The name of the worker has not been released. What we do know is that he had been with the TTC for 5 years and received an award of excellence for exemplary service. Grief counselors are meeting with his family as well as those who survived the crash. Police, TTC, fire officials, and the Provincial Ministry of Labour are investigating.
Now, the accident forced the closure of the subway line from York Mills to Eglinton, and that meant commuters were being shuttled between the stations on buses. Unfortunately, getting on board the buses became a challenge in itself. There were so many pushing to get on the buses that police had to close down part of Yonge Street. Some commuters chose to walk instead. Video from inside the station also gives you an idea of just how many people rely on the subway line each day and how chaotic it is when the subway is not available. And the ride home was not much better. The TTC does not know exactly when service will be back. There is no guarantee it will be operating by tomorrow morning, so you may want to make alternate plans just to be sure.